crashed Geth ship full of dormant machines used in our experiment. Our people there have gone silent. It's likely the VI has activated the defense shields to keep you out. Good luck.
Yep, that is a crashed Geth dreadnought. Yep. Ooh, boy.
Scanning area. Analysis. Generators are providing power for main shield. Warning. The VI infection has assumed control of the Geth cannon.
That's right.
Warning. We are being targeted. Warning. Geth cannon is locking on our location. Recommend evasive maneuvers. Warning, we are being targeted. Warning, Geth cannon is locking on our location.
Oh!
Recommend evasive maneuvers.
Something caused my ship to blow up there.
Shepard, Prometheus Station is a crashed Geth ship full of dormant machines used in our experiment.
Scanning area. Analysis. Generators are providing power for main shield. Warning, the VI infection has assumed control of the Geth cannon. Warning, we are being targeted. Warning, Geth cannon is locking on our location. Recommend evasive maneuvers. Warning, we are being targeted. Warning, Geth cannon is locking on our location. Shields disabled. You may now target the Geth cannon. No further threats detected. Entry into the ship is now clear.
All targets processed.
Okay.
Attention visitors. This server's facility contains hazardous AI technology. You agree to assume all liability for personal injuries or death that may occur during your visit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Loading targeting protocols.
Oh yeah, this isn't creepy at all.
Hanging around all these dormant machines is creepy. It's like death staring at us from the shadows. I'd rather work at Vulcan's station.
Notice how the camera just kind of appeared there?
Lanigan just ran a simulation. If these Geth ever wake up, there's a 98% chance we'll be dead within 2 minutes. I'm starting to hate Lanigan. are still dormant.
I know, David, I know. I'll make it stop soon.
To all Cerberus personnel, in an effort to reduce workplace stress, music has been approved for station-wide broadcast.
Scanning area. Analysis. The objective is located on the far side of this impasse.
Oh, yeah, I remember this little thing we had to do here. That's right. Whoops.
Mobile.
I'm with you.
Acknowledged.
Hold on. Okay. Alright, once I hit this place is gonna go nuts.
Override of Atlas Station lockdown accepted.
And there's the catch. I knew this was too easy. Come on, let's move.
Hostile guest activity detected. Armed response is authorized. Cerberus reminds all personnel that this emergency is now classified information. Disclosure to outside parties is a violation of your confidentiality.
Now it becomes a horror movie.
Long range kill.
Fire in the hole.
Above distance balance. Shot flight weapon ready.
Has been declared. This ship is now quarantined.
Target contact.
Can't target them!
Warning. Get node activity increasing. Please isolate machines immediately.
There's the achievement.
Warning. Get nodes 20 through 35 are now active. Emergency action required.
They've seen us.
Oh boy.
Taking hit.
Fire in the hole!
Under fire. With separate commander.
Coming!
Okay. Now to our final goal. Atlas Station.
Commander, you've done it. The lockdown has been cancelled. You can now breach Atlas Station and end this nightmare. You'll need to find the main server room there to shut down the VI experiment. Good luck.
Geographic conditions indicate an aesthetically pleasing view nearby. Organic life forms may wish to take note. Another Cerberus data packet has been recovered. One more remains.
I'll be honest, guys, I would love to find that last data node before we finish this. Just not really sure where it is. This is where we started. There it is.
Enemy units nearby. Another Cerberus data packet has been recovered. All data packets have been recovered.
I didn't remember that's exactly where it was. I just remember seeing that little area beneath, and I thought, if my video game instincts... Let me say that differently. If my gamer sense is tingling, then there's usually a secret hidden under there. I had to listen to my tingle. The final place. And if he thought the creepiness was gonna end, oh no. Why would it? We're getting closer to the heart of it.
Looks like you're in, Commander. Good. I'm getting some troubling readings here, though. The VI is trying to upload its program directly from your location. Get to the server room and shut down the core before it can... Partial log 155.2. For years, my brother's condition has been a handicap. That changed today. His autistic mind is the breakthrough I've been looking for. He can communicate with the Geth. Such a tremendous grasp of mathematics. It seems serendipity is alive and well in the 22nd century.
Yep.
Archelog 157.8. Unless he sees results, the elusive man is shutting us down next week. I have no choice. I'm going to tap David directly into the Geth neural network and see if he can influence them. The danger should be negligible. David might even enjoy it.
Notice how he was trying to rationalize it. Justify it. Like, oh, maybe it won't be as bad as it could be. Maybe he'll like it. Trying to appease himself and his conscience of what he was about to do. What he was about to do to his own brother.
Arriving at level 2.
Heading to cover.
Yes.
Moving to cover.
Arriving at level 4. Arriving at level 6. Arriving at level 3. Arriving at level 5. Arriving at level 7.
Target contact.
David?
This elevator is not in service. Please choose another. Smoke detected.
David, you don't want to kill us in the elevator.
I'd be lying if I said no harm could come to David. His autistic mind is as alien to me as an actual alien. Anything could happen when we plug him in. But I have to try, don't I?
You notice how we're getting more of these logs as we're getting closer? That's because David wants us to hear them.
I'll take it.
He wants us to know
Decelerator offline. Serious injury may occur.
what really happened here. And this is where this DLC really gets trippy, but also really starts to really hit you. And if you don't know what I mean by that, well, you'll see. Yeah.
Get ready. Don't be surprised if this button summons a Reaper.
It's like, look, after everything that's been happening here, we shouldn't be surprised if that happened. Yep, we're going through this the rest of the way by ourselves. But like I said, David wants us to see this. Also, notice we are now able to actually understand what he's saying. That's the first time that we have actually been able to understand what he's been trying to say. And you can also start to... There he is. Down there. There's the core. But you can also see more of an actual face there. Before, we were just seeing some kind of, like, vague eyes and face. But now, you can actually see more of a face there. And you can look at the eyes and... That's a sad face right there. He wants us to save him, but he almost can't help it.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
Time on this project is running out. There are no options left. How to get the guests' attention?
The robot says hello.
Eureka, David. You're a miracle worker.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
David, can you repeat my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Square root of 918.09 is 30.3.
David, please pay attention.
Loud. It's getting loud in here.
I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. Would you mind repeating my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Log 137.3. The experiment yielded no discernible patterns of geth obedience. End dictation now, David. Hell, the elusive man will have my head for this.
Thank you. And how are you feeling today?
Square root of 924.16 is 30.4. Earplugs would be good.
You see what I mean about how it seems like Archer is still someone who does care for his brother. Like, you could see, like, him asking, how are you feeling today? Like, he seemed and comes across here like a brother who still cares for, or let me say that again, like a man who cares for his autistic little brother, which I assume Archer is the older brother. But, you know, that just comes, you know, that comes across to me as someone who he's probably looked out for David probably their whole lives, because if you had a brother who was autistic, wouldn't you want to look out for him, you know? And so there's this odd, complicated thing with Archer where he comes across as someone who does clearly still care for his brother, but yet, well, let's continue. There's more, you know, if you're wondering where is this coming from, David is showing this to us. He wants us to see this. He wants us to know.
David, I want you to order the Geth to take a step forward.
How does he do it?
David is a mathematical savant. His autistic mind can interpret the Geth language at its most basic form and mimic their phonetics, with his photographic memory cross-referencing the meaning as a snap. He's literally a human computer.
And you think he can interface with the Geth's neural network?
I do.
Is that even safe, Doctor?
I see no harm in finding out.
And that's part of the issue there. He started to try to, I'm not entirely sure if justify is the right word, but rationalize. You know, it's not like the situation with Taylor back on Aya with that harem he was running. This is a man who cared for his brother, but still felt the pressure to accomplish his goals, partly because, well, as he puts it later, the elusive man doesn't broker failure, and through our interactions, we have seen that the elusive man, while he does care for the people who works for him, he's also someone who tolerates little when it comes to things like failure. He expects results. He expects success. And that's very high, difficult, strong pressure for anyone to feel from their, let's just refer to him as Archer's employer, for lack of a better term. But he started getting to a point where he was willing to do things he probably would not have normally done, including putting his own brother at risk, because he was concerned about not accomplishing the goals that was given to him, but also his own goal, which, as he said earlier, he's trying to prevent a war from happening with 0 casualties. And he's gonna reiterate this point a little bit later, but yeah. I don't see Archer as a monster like Taylor was. I really don't, because I can see that he is a man who still clearly cares for his brother, but oh my goodness, did he make such a huge mistake here at the expense of his own brother. I will, David. I will.
Warning. Elevator exceeds maximum weight capacity.
30.1 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
We're ready. Open a connection to the Geth network.
Quiet!
David, no! Tell the Geths to stand down!
Quiet, please make it stop!
Node acquired. Normandy SR2 is within range. Attempting to establish upload link.
Pull the plug! Tell Vulcan Station to cut all power!
It's too late. We've lost control.
Attempting to establish upload link. Connection lost.
David! You have to stop this!
David doesn't want to be here!
Attempting to establish
Oh.
link. Connection lost.
Okay, hold on. We gotta take a moment here. Because we're about to win this fight, but I want to share something with you guys. Years ago, when I played this DLC for the very first time, I was not prepared for what we were about to see. And it is an image that has been ingrained into my head that it's something I'll never forget. Because it was just so shocking and disturbing. Like, I was not really anticipating this, what we're about to see, and it just hit me, like, emotionally, when I saw it the first time. And I don't know if this is your first time seeing it or not, but if so, brace yourself. It's,
Quiet. Please make it stop.
Wait! Commander! I'm begging you. Don't do anything rash.
I don't know what it... There's something about seeing David like this that just... I'm actually tearing up now just from the moment here, just seeing him like this. This is not something anyone should ever be forced or experienced to endure. What David has had to go through here. I feel so much for David in this whole situation that he went through here. He didn't ask for this.
You told me that David volunteered.
By necessity. If I told you the truth, you would have shut me down and not him. It's not like I planned this. It was an accident. Seeing David communicate with the Geth, it all seemed harmless.
I saw his memory. He begged you not to do this.
I was desperate. The elusive man doesn't broker failure. Any war we fight with the Geth will be bloody. I was asked to find a way to avoid that.
And how many have already died for this project?
More souls than will ever forgive me. But I won't apologize for radical ideas. If my work spares 1 million mothers mourning the loss of 1 million sons, my conscience will rest easy.
That line right there is one of the things that, to me, where he tried to use that to help justify what happened here to David. It goes back to what he said earlier about trying to win a war with 0 casualties. And how many times have you heard someone try to say something like what he just said to try to justify or rationalize what they were doing? If my work can spare 1 million mothers of mourning the loss of 1 million sons, then my conscience will rest easy. And yet, right there, in the background, just look at David. My gosh. That's his own brother, and he was willing to do that to him. That! To him. To accomplish that goal. While it may be a noble goal in theory, on paper, the cost just...
Look at him. Your brother would never be the same.
The damage may not be permanent. He might recover some semblance of his mind.
Look at his eyes. He's crying and he can't blink. Jeez Louise.
Cerberus will never leave him alone. Your brother will always be a lab rat.
But a well-cared-for lab rat. At least he'd still be alive.
So you'll sacrifice your brother's happiness for your own ambition.
Oh, and the music in this scene hits hard as well.
Square root of 906.01 equals
30.1. What I've done to David is unethical. If he dies, it's unforgivable. Let me take care of him. Please.
quiet. Please, make it stop.
You know, remember what I said about when we did Jacob's loyalty mission, how people who try and do a full pure Paragon run, they still find it difficult to do the Paragon option for Taylor? I've heard that there are some people that try to do pure Renegade runs, just everyone. And some of them just could not bring themselves to pick the option here. I'm just going to let you know right now, if you pick the Project Needs Him option, which is the Renegade option, he stays here, and he's going to die. We find Archer in 3, and we find out that David didn't survive. It is one of the worst choices that you could possibly make in this game, in my opinion, with one of the worst outcomes. Of all the moments in this game, in this entire series, this is one of the more emotional moments for me. Just like I said, the emotional smack in the face. Seeing David like that. Being confronted with the reality of what happened here. What happened to him. And just... I don't know about you, but I instinctively am someone who would want to just go up to David right now and just like give him a hug, just try and undo all of that if I possibly could, though I may want to call someone from the Alliance to get here and who knows what they're doing to do professionally, because I wouldn't want to risk hurting him. Just like I said, this segment really hit me emotionally the very first time I played it, and it still does to this day. Can you guys hear that I'm getting choked up from this moment? This is one of the reasons why I talk about why Mass Effect 2 is one of those incredibly great games, because of emotional moments like this. David may be a fictional character, but the emotion that this moment is causing for you, that's not fictional, that's real. And that's part of the point as to why, if people are like, oh, it's just fiction, who cares? The emotion it causes in you, that's why. That's real. So yeah, I'm not leaving him here. He's coming with me.
I've seen enough of your cruelty to know he'll never be free from it here. I'm taking him away.
No, leave him! He's too valuable!
You even think about coming after your brother and this bullet will be waiting for you. Then we'll see who's valuable.
Where will you take him?
Grissom Academy. They can help special cases like David. Minus the torture. Joker, contact the Academy and let them know we've got someone who needs their help.
Aye, Commander.
The elusive man can fire me if he doesn't like it.
Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless.
It all seemed harmless. That's the moment where I really lost it the first time I played this. Just that look into his eyes, hearing him say, it all seemed harmless. Oh, gosh. Oh, I really just lost it the first time I played this after that moment there. Like I said, this DLC is an emotional trip once you get to this final station. Up until that point, it's like creepy horror movie. But once you get there to the final station where he's at, that's where it just flips. It goes from creepy to revelation of what really happened, the truth behind it, and the emotions of just all of it. The rogue VI was successfully shut down, but the test subject was taken to a non-Cerberus facility for care. While this is a considerable setback for Cerberus, Dr. Archer's research will be instrumental in devising a safer approach to controlling the Geth. I believe we actually get a message from the elusive man regarding this. But first, from Shaman Erdnot.
Damn it, I hate these things, but you need to hear this. You're part of Grunt's Krant, and you're his leader, so keep him alive. Here, I have to stay polite. Play the role. Here, I have to stay polite. Play the role. But our people here are dying. Krogan have always valued survival over tradition. If we're going to survive as a people, we need your... We need your fat-grown Grunt. Okeer was a madman, but he was a madman with a plan. And that's more than most have on this ball of rock. So bring him back from your damn mission. My people need him, and if you all get killed, I'll piss on your graves. Shaman or not.
From the elusive man. Shepard, I understand you've taken Dr. Archer's brother to Grissom Academy. I'm familiar with their work. It should be a good home for him. I don't condone Dr. Archer's actions, but they did provide a breakthrough that we've been sorely lacking thus far. We'll likely never find another individual with David's unique talents. Though your decision is understandable, it has set our efforts to understand the Geth back several years. Well, too bad. I like how that's one of his last bits of concern there. It's like, oh, you set our research back several years. Yeah. Now gladly do it again.
Commander, can I help you with something?
Let's just talk for a bit. Unofficial. You and me.
I'm good, Shepard. Ready for anything. We live, we'll get loud, and spill some drinks on the Citadel.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Okay, so we've exhausted all of Jacob's options. think all we have left is Grunt.
Shepard,
Just checking in. How are you doing?
the hold is too open. Not enough cover. Armor is limited. Warlord Grant would target here to scatter heavy cargo, then focus on engines. That's what tank imprints show about human ships, anyway. It's how I learned from the tank. Old pictures where memory is. Like holding a book for a child. Just remember this, picture after picture. No help with finding a reason to care.
What other human info is floating around in there?
Less than a finger deep to sever your spine. You're soft. Solarians, Asari, all soft. Quarians, not so much. Turians, you have to work the blade, I guess. Don't see much point to it, though. Much point.
Oh, gosh.
Never mind.
Something must move you. You're as genetically Krogan as you can get.
I see suffering, the dead, and I think weak. I'm supposed to be strong. My guts were grown from thousands more worthy. The dead were weak. If they were strong, I wouldn't be needed. I don't know why Okir started teaching. When he turned on the tank the first time, I screamed. Weak, pitiful.
So you started small, but you became what you are. Not everyone gets that chance.
I'm built for strength, but didn't earn it. I just am. Those dead were strong enough to try, even if they lost. The perfect Krogan, ignoring what made me. No strength in that. I'll take another look at what happened to the Krogan. Find a reason to care about it.
Huh. Guess those two have nothing else to say. Feed the fish. Okay. Hey, squeakers. Okay. Ow. So Overlord is done. So, I believe that means up next, we will be heading to Liara's apartment, because I believe we sent her there some time ago, so she's had plenty of time to work on this whole thing at her apartment, since we have been going around doing other things. So we'll be heading to Liara's apartment to pursue a lead on finding the Shadow Broker when we return. Stay tuned.